Hello Taurus, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is over here laying on the floor, keeping it very casual, but we are bringing you your January monthly reading. Today we'll be pulling a card for your overall energy. We're going to do the yummy, juicy Celtic cross reading, which always allows me to go deep for these monthlies. I love doing this one. And then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Tauran collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so we take only what resonates and we leave the rest. And of course, if you want more context and texture, I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node readings for that additional texture. And then if you want a personal reading, so all about you, your life, your circumstance, whatever you're going through, check the description below. I have all the important links down there. We're celebrating Capricorn season here with the Cappy Cap. So we have the Capricorn cap on today, and a very happy birthday to our Capricorns and happy energies to all of you who may have some Capricorn placements as well. Okay, let's get started with your overall energy. Taurus, you got in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. Nice, Taurus, nice. Smooth like butter, huh? What do we got going on here? We're going to have to get into this reading. I'm a little bit jealous already, but I do have a Taurus moon, so this will be smooth like butter. That is what the name of the reading is going to be. So let's see just how smooth this is going to be, okay? Because likely there might be a few bumps in the road, but we want to end up in that smooth place, smooth sailing. You are kicking off here with the Eight of Swords. That's a bit of self-sabotaging energy there. It's a little bit of something where you got yourself kind of knotted up in your own mind, a little bit unclear on just how sharp you are, just how smart you are. Some of you might be feeling like, oh, I'm not smart enough for something, which is a weird thing, but that does come up, and it's being challenged by the Eight of Wands. Is someone pressuring you? Is someone maybe making you feel like you have to move faster than you want to? Because a Taurus doesn't like that energy. So you could be feeling some sort of outside pressure to move really quickly, or you could be pressuring yourself into a place of confusion here. We'll get some good clarifiers on that. So yeah, starting off a little bumpy here, not gonna lie. It doesn't look to be smooth sailing, but hopefully we'll get there by the end. In your needed focus, you get the Eight of Pentacles. This has to do with work and the material world, maybe your health. There are some details that the universe would like you to pay attention to in these matters. So reflect on what that could be. Some of you may be fine-tuning or crafting a skill or a hobby or a talent that you have. For others of you, really might be a look at what you're doing and how you're doing it and how you feel about how you're doing it, right? And there might be some fine-tuning going on there, some attention to detail. What you're leaving behind in the past is some sort of work collaboration or work environment. It probably is getting left behind because it wasn't suitable for you, or it wasn't balanced, or it wasn't supportive in some way, shape, or form. And that could be why we're letting that go and moving on to calmer waters. Now, in the future position, you got the Magician. This is you using your magic, using the elements, maybe experimenting a little with emotional energy and mental energies and the balance between the two from what I can see here. And just making sure that your wisdom in the situations that has been gained is nice and balanced, that you're not getting pulled off of your center from that. And then in your place of embodiment and empowerment, you get the Four of Wands. Stability, feeling comfortable in your surroundings, feeling comfortable with where you're at. And my nose is running. So some energy is being released here, but also some feeling good. Something is getting stabilized for you here, some sort of energy. Could be around your passions, your gifts, your talents, and abilities as well. Okay? In your supports and allies, you got the Seven of Wands. You feel like you have a really good outlook and a really strong vantage point on something. There is information that you have. There is knowledge that is embodied within you that maybe some of the people around you don't have, and that can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes because it might feel like they're working against you, but yet you have the higher ground and you have the higher vantage point. So there's some confidence coming through here in something that you're aware of, and it's important for you to know that that is an ally on your quest here for the smooth sailing and being in the flow. In the environmental energies, so your environment around you, you get the Queen of Cups. This is nurturing emotional energy. This is making sure that we feel like in our environment that the cup is full. This is taking a look at maybe what needs to be watered or hydrated in your life. Okay, so look at what's going on around you. Is it you? Do you need the drink of water? I'm going to take a drink of water right now. Is it you that needs the drink of water? Is it your relationship with someone that needs some watering? Is it your home environment, right? And we'll get cards to clarify, but that's what's coming up, to be nurtured and watered. And in your hopes and fears, you have the King of Swords. So since this comes up in hopes and fears, and we have that dynamic there, the King of Swords can be a very super clear, decisive kind of individual who has mastered logic and intellect. But they can also be quite cutting and sharp and short and maybe not have as much tolerance as we might like. So you could be feeling that in your own energies or someone around you, maybe as you're getting to know somebody. And then in your potential outcome, you get the Ace of Wands, a brand new, passionate beginning, lots of growth and expansion potential showing up there. I love that. That feels like flow to me. That feels like here we go for the flow, right? So knowing that you want things to be smooth, let's first clarify this Eight of Swords. What in the world is going on with this Eight of Swords here? Whew. You get the Magician and the Hermit. I like these powerful major arcana cards coming in. Even though I'm coughing and I feel your energy is moving here, I think there is some credit, Taurus, that you have not given yourself here on how you've grown. When I look at the Magician and the Hermit together, this is Virgo energy here. Okay, so that's very analytical, introspective, very appreciative, romantic. I mean, it's good energy, okay? The Magician, also good energy, learning to use the elements, but when we move from the Magician to the Hermit energy here, there is a mastery. In fact, I call the Hermit the Master Magician at times because he has the wisdom to know when to pause the action and to be more introspective, and he knows how to address this Eight of Swords, this self-imposed, self-sabotaging kind of energy. I think what you're showing me here is that you've thrown a few things at this energy. You're well aware of this energy within yourself, how it would be the way that you're your own worst enemy or the way that you complicate things for yourself unnecessarily. You're aware and you've worked with it a little bit, but you haven't fully mastered how to get yourself out of this sabotaging energy and then maintain staying out of it. And that's where the Hermit comes in. You may need to take a little time for yourself here, especially if you're getting pressure externally to move quicker on something. You may have an idea in your mind about how quick something needs to go. You may need to shed that belief and really come into your own inner wisdom and let your greater being illuminate the answers for you. Do not force them. Do not try to extract them prematurely. Be in the energy of being. Let's look at this Eight of Wands. Something I feel, my goodness, Taurus, I'm coughing more in your reading than anyone else's so far. Let me just take a deep breath. For the Eight of Wands, you get the Strength card and the Ten of Swords. This is Leo energy, possibly coming in. Someone around you, I think it's coming external of you or something. It could be work pressure or something like that, but something is quite quickly responding to your energy. They may feel, the more you get into that Hermit, the more they may feel out of place, or that you can't make any progress with this energy because they're moving at one pace and you're moving at another. And it's not a judgment about moving fast or slow. It's truly the right pace that is your flow, okay? And so this person or this situation demands a quicker energy, and I think that goes against your own natural Taurus, grounded, steady, slow and steady wins the race kind of energies. But it also kind of goes against this time for you to be in hermit mode. So you may feel or have a bit of like temporal distortion going on. Days may seem to fly by like you just woke up and then you're going to bed. Other days they seem to drag on. There could be that, and it's taking it out of you a little bit here. So it is challenging you, because I think it's zapping your energy, especially if you try to adapt to the faster flow and don't stay, well, we'll just hit the table, sorry. Don't stay in your own slow and steady energies. Okay, let's look at this Eight of Pentacles in your needed focus here. This attention to detail. What do you need to look at here? The Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So Taurus, you need to work on some sort of pattern that you have that keeps you closed off emotionally. You're holding back emotions of some kind. You're not opening up into the emotional energies that are online for you, and this is dragging you down. It will take you out of your flow. It could be also making you feel like you have an exhausted energy. Some of you could have like a health issue or hormones or something that are infecting your energy here, making you maybe feel guilty for being overly emotional, but you could have like a health related thing going on that's causing that you might want to explore. Whatever it is, it has you feeling pretty burdened and pretty stopped up. So the universe would like you to focus on opening up. Maybe there is an emotional release that's probably going to come along with this, but it will bring you back into the flow. So if you feel like you need to cry, cry. If you feel like you need to scream into a pillow or go in your car and have a good scream, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get it out, because it feels like it needs to be worked on and released. Let's look at this Three of Pentacles that is in your past, of the energy you're leaving behind. You got the King of Wands and the King of Cups. Whoa. Now I'm getting, my eye is itching, making me take my glasses off. Two kings, Taurus, two kings in the past. You know that there's that song, 1, 2, princes kneel before you, but this is kings. Some of you are coming out of a third-party situation or a three-way dynamic here, where you got yourself into too many king's thrones here, too many king's arms. Some of you may have been dating a couple people, and maybe one or two of them was serious. Taurus, I'm just going to reiterate that I have not coughed this much in anyone's reading but yours. There are definitely things you have to release, but there's this duplicity in these kings that you've dealt with in the past. One of the kings could have been more emotional. One of them could have been more fiery. Boy, I think you were stretched too thin. You could have... Some of you could have been in a situation where someone was like, what do I want to say? Like spying on you and like harassing kind of energies. Some of you may be in the point where this situation, whatever it was, or, you know, having feelings for more than one person and being confused about that, navigating those things just got to be too much, and you decided, I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to go into that hermit. I'm going to focus on myself now, right? Some of you, it could be a work environment, all right? So for others of you where it wasn't like a romantic dating relationship type situation, this was a work environment. Maybe you reported to more than one boss and it was quite confusing. Like you could have had your direct and then a dotted line, and it just, they worked against each other because they're turning away from each other in the reading here. And I just feel like it was, like it just made for... just not a good work environment for you. And if it's not actual men, it's just maybe just a female that carried a lot of masculine energy or operated more under like a lot of active energies, like in the masculine energies, too far into that. But it just seemed like all the masculine energy got way overwhelming. For some of you, it could be father issues as well, right? Dealing with the masculine from a young age. The Magician in your future, okay? You get the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. As soon as you make the decision, Taurus, to step into your magic, to be seen for who you are with all your beautiful gifts, talents, and abilities, in the flow and at the pace that works for you, as soon as you step into that, your magic comes online. Okay. And not only that, but I feel that all the bumpy waters that you feel like maybe you've been riding in, and even some of the emotions that are processing, are going to soften and smooth out. Now, of course, you have to process them in a healthy manner. You can't ignore them. You can't stuff them down. You can't make them go away. But yes, you're meant to make the decision to step into the magic of who you are at the pace that you go at. That's very important. Four of Wands in your place of empowerment. You got the Eight of Swords again, which you had in the beginning, and the Five of Pentacles. I really like this because you're showing me a victorious, stable feeling over the self-sabotage, which you're showing me now first came into being through abandonment issues when you were a child. Okay, so issues of neglect, abandonment, being ignored, being left out, not being engaged with properly as a child, that led to some of the self-sabotaging thoughts that you carry. You are finding some triumph and some victory over that. So most likely you have employed some sort of healing techniques to come into a place of more stability. Okay, time can heal, yes, but I feel like there's some work done. With that Four of Wands, it's an active energy of bringing your life into a more stable place, free of the self-sabotage, free of the abandonment. Yes, it can affect you, but you do not have to be controlled by it. I think it's a Maya Angelou quote that says that, you know, I can be affected by what happened to me, but I do not have to be owned or controlled by it, right? But I can acknowledge it and understand and integrate that it was a part of my life and it helped me grow into this new wisdom, right? Let's look at this Seven of Wands in your allies and support. You got the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords. You've gotten really good at figuring out through your own intuition and through your own intellect, like the scammy behaviors of others. Okay, you can see right off the bat when someone's acting a fool or acting out of character or lying. Okay, you've gotten really good. Your BS detector here is saying, hey, I'm your best friend. I'm your best friend, because you can see what's going on. You have the vantage point, you have the curiosity, And I do see you being more cautious, and I think you will have to be careful that it's not to the point where you block out entirely, but you do also not have to stay around unsupportive energies. And I feel like in your support and allies, you are well aware of that, and so you're removing yourself from situations. And I wouldn't even worry about how you do it. Of course, try to remove yourself in the healthiest manner possible. But sometimes when you need to leave a relationship, you just need to leave. When you need to leave the job, you just need to put your 2 weeks in and go. And not overthink it and not try to hold on for other people or something like that, okay? So no excuses there. Your BS detector is spot on, and you need to honor that. All right. For the Queen of Cups that is in your environment, you get the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Blaze is having a dream over there. Okay, so for the 9 of Cups coming in, there is this pride that you carry, that you are in some advanced emotional energies. And I do think with everything you've overcome here, you've been able to find your flow. Now, maybe hanging on to that flow, that smooth like butter flow, has been a little more challenging and difficult. I'm seeing conflict here in your environment with someone else. Now, you'll have to decide who that person is. It isn't necessarily romantic, but it could be, with the Queen of Cups being here. But this would be someone that it disturbs your emotional peace. They do. Their behaviors, their actions. And you may find yourself needing to separate from that sometimes. So maybe, sometimes it could be a situation where you are the main caretaker in your household, and everything just kind of piles up, and you've been doing a great job, but you just need to get away and get a breath of fresh air. You need to nurture yourself here with that Queen of Cups. Nurture yourself through the environment you might be dealing with. And if it's at work, same thing. Nurture yourself, because something about it is not ideal and it disturbs the flow. Something about it, there is conflict, or you carry conflict about it. Let's look at the King of Swords in your hopes and fears. You get the 10 of Cups and the Fool. Yeah, you're not going to let any lack of clarity or doubt stop you from moving forward. You're committed with your heart open to living your best life that's in alignment with creation, which is beautiful, and in alignment with your greatest happiness and what you envision as a happy, stable, loving environment, relationship, workplace for yourself. You're willing to take chances, and you're willing to take risks towards that, even if it is scary. Even if there is that chance that you don't know how everything's going to play out, and you don't know what that will lead to, or what might be the stumbling blocks along the way, you are committed to this vision here. And so I really like this. It's a very optimistic perspective here in your hopes and fears, which is good, because that tells me you're really engaging and eliminating the fearful aspects that might be coming up. And also you're eliminating, some of you may have been told when you were a child that you weren't smart, or you were stupid, you were made to feel stupid. And I feel like in this energy, you're like, no, I know I'm smart. I know I'm smart and I'm intellectual here. Now, for the Ace of Wands in the potential outcome, you get the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. Okay, so I think that some of you are actually going to step into roles in life and in community where you're a healer, and you're going to support helping others through dissolving their pain bodies in some way, shape, or form. Now, that could be with like nutritional therapy. This could be with hypnotherapy, talk therapy, different modalities, right? But you're really envisioning a future for yourself as a healer, Taurus. And I really feel like that's when you feel like you're in the flow. And it's because everything you've gone through in life has strengthened your resolve and your energy, and you know you can help others as well who maybe might be struggling with some of the things that you've been through and overcome in your life. So that's a really beautiful energy. Some of you have quite the future as a healer. Yay! Keep me posted on that, Taurus. Let's pull you a card from the Magical Drum Oracle to close off your reading today. All right, Taurus, you got the number 32 card, Rad Janaka, the wife of the creator. Selfless love, compassion, spiritual ideals, or motherhood, maybe for some of you. Freedom, liberation, and natural healing. Remember, I just said I see some of you stepping into healing careers and purpose in your life. Vitality and success is also implied. Live more fully conscious of your presence and your purpose. And when you're in that purpose and presence, you are in the flow. And even though there might still be ups and downs of life, you are sailing those seas, okay? You are navigating through the waters even when they're choppy, okay? Even when they're still and it would seem like there's no movement. Taurus, the more you're in your purpose, the more you live through your purposeful vitality as a healer. So for you carrying the Taurus energy, remember, I said this could be, you're a talk therapy, you do hypnotherapy, you do nutritional therapy. There is some way, shape, or form that you're helping other members of humanity heal with this energy. Okay, Taurus, very cool. Definitely keep me posted on how that resonates with you and how that's going for you. It's been a pleasure to do this reading, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.